Hi, I'm Kevin Woodhouse, the City Manager for the City of Pacifica. I'm here to provide some factual information about Pacifica's budget, Measure Y, and the upcoming municipal election on November 8th. This information and more is available on the city's website. First, some budget information. Pacifica has a $47 million general fund annual budget that funds most of the city's day-to-day general services, such as police, fire, public works, parks, beaches and recreation, planning, and administration. 86% of the general fund expenditures is spent on the personnel or contract services that provide these day-to-day general services. 70% of the general fund revenues come from taxes such as property tax, sales tax, hotel tax, utility tax, business license tax, cannabis tax, and more. But as this chart of revenues and expenditures shows, the rising cost of providing general services is currently projected to outpace revenues by approximately $2.7 million per year into the future. This is known as a structural budget deficit and presents a financial challenge in sustaining the city's current level of essential services into the future. In response to the budget challenges I just summarized, and following community input on city priorities, in June, the City Council unanimously approved placing Measure Y on the November 8th ballot to address community priorities such as public safety, jobs and business attraction, and protecting local resources, parks, and beaches, and maintaining fiscal sustainability by generating locally controlled funding that will stay in Pacifica and cannot be taken by the state. Here's the official Measure Y ballot question. In summary, Measure Y, if passed by the voters, would establish a half-cent sales tax called a transactions and use tax and would generate approximately $2.6 million annually for 9 years for general government use to maintain vital services such as police, fire, medical 911 emergency response, keeping pollution and trash off beaches, attracting and retaining jobs and businesses, street paving, storm drain maintenance to prevent flooding, and preventing coastal erosion. Measure Y funding would be subject to regular financial audits and independent citizens' oversight. A few additional details about how Measure Y would work include that it does not apply to prescription medicine or food purchased as groceries, and it is not a tax on rent, homes, or property. And information about fiscal accountability related to Measure Y includes that the City Council will establish an independent citizen oversight committee. All Measure Y funds will be subject to regular financial audits, and that by law, the use of all funding would be subject to local control. I'd like to now present more information about community priorities. As I mentioned, the city recently engaged residents about needs and priorities for the city, and top community priorities based on responses received include items such as maintaining 911, fire, police, and emergency medical response times, attracting and retaining local jobs and businesses, keeping pollution and trash off our beaches, maintaining storm drains to prevent flooding, and paving streets and roads. So let me provide some information about how Measure Y could impact our roads. Pacifica has the worst rated roads in the Bay Area, according to the 2020 Metropolitan Transportation Commission's Bay Area Pavement Condition Report. Additional revenue is needed so that the city can make road repairs to local streets and fix potholes. This will help keep the community safe, improve traffic congestion, and prevent further deterioration of roads, thus preventing more costly increases to fix roads. And concerning public safety, Pacifica is a full-service city providing vital services to thousands of residents every day. Additional revenue is needed to help prevent reductions to neighborhood police patrols, maintain existing levels of fire protection and rapid emergency response, help address or prevent coastal erosion, and maintain storm drains to prevent flooding or help protect homes and livelihoods. I'd like to close with general information about the municipal election. Registered voters will receive their ballots, and a list of ballot drop boxes and vote center locations can be found at the city's website. Election day is November 8th, and ballots must be received by 8 p.m. on November 8th. And the local Pacifica ballot includes, as I just spoke about, Measure Y, the vital services measure. It also includes Measure Q, which is an advisory measure about the Safe and Sane Fireworks program, as well as city council member elections for districts 2, 3, and 5. More information about all of this is available on the city's website. I want to thank you for listening.